Gas tanks, causing many Bahamians to wonder about their investments. And if crypto is a scam they can ill afford to lose. We'll talk to an expert tonight. It was promised as the bright light for the Bahamas, a major digital assets company, FTX, putting the Bahamas in an enviable position and promising major opportunities and major infrastructure. Then the unthinkable happened. The billion-dollar company and grandiose plans fell apart. What happened? What's next? Why? Well, we're going to get into it this evening. Kevin Hobbs is a businessman and an expert in the crypto space, and I'm very happy to welcome you to Beyond the Headlines. Good evening to you and welcome to the show.
Thank you, Shanique. Happy to be here.
Thank you very, very much. And so let's just jump right in. While you are not an FTX insider or even connected to the company, you're certainly well versed in the industry and an industry player as well to be able to provide insight. And so why or how could this happen to a company that seemingly to all of us was financially secure and its foundation firmly in place?
It's a great question, and I mean we've seen this in the crypto space now often too many times with a lot of these centralized entities like exchanges and some of the other ones like Voyager and BlockFi. And how this happens is really where they kind of try to go beyond the financial instruments that they have to create a more attractive offering than what's really able to happen in the crypto space that's so new and nascent at this point in time. So their hedging mechanisms aren't as mature as what they should be for what they're really trying to do.
Well, and that is where people are skeptical. I tell you, if you know, but Bahamians, you gotta tell it to us a million times for us to begin to say, maybe this actually does make sense. And so the fact that this is going on, this hedging and all of this stuff, and I guess overselling and the rest of it, where does this leave cryptocurrencies and the future of cryptocurrencies? And I know I'm pulling everything into the one big bag, but there are so many questions.
There is. A lot of people look at crypto as just a financial digital token that they can hopefully make big gains on without really understanding the infrastructure that's underpinning it. And that causes a lot of problems in understanding. And where we really have to go is educating people on what this technology is, what you can do with it, and where the opportunities are. And with a lot of the exchanges, people just see trading, and unfortunately they don't own their own assets. In the crypto space, we've had a saying for a long time, and that's if you don't control your keys, you don't control your crypto. And so anytime you're giving your crypto to a centralized entity, you're now out of control and you don't really get to see what's happening behind the scenes. And that's kind of what's happened time and time again with these entities.
How do you move forward? How do you, if you don't put it into an entity, are you then, as you were saying, to be held responsible for your own crypto, go in there, learn the industry and trade on your own?
Well, in some respects, yes. I mean, that's one of the great things about blockchain technology, Web3 technologies, and decentralization technologies is you're now able to kind of own your own assets, own your own IP, and control how it gets used. So, for example, if an exchange was still offering these same products and services in a decentralized Web3 manner, then none of the users would be affected this way. They could take their assets out and hold them on their own and not be subject to what's happening now where you can't get withdrawals from the exchange.
Listen, don't talk about withdrawals from the exchange. How is it? I was speaking with someone and they were saying the way crypto operates and what makes them skeptical is that you can't, if I have $150 million in crypto coins and so that reflects that Shanique has $150 million, I don't have immediate access to that.
Not if it's on a centralized entity like an exchange, because that's actually, you're not actually trading crypto on the exchange. They use a proxy. They take your real cryptocurrency and they hold it in external wallets and they allow you to trade on the exchange with you're not actually trading real crypto. So unless you're actually in control of it, you're never trading real crypto. It's really like trading, internet magic money on the exchange. It's not real on the exchange. Not until we go to true DeFi and true decentralization with Web3 applications can we really have proper transparency and governance.
Okay, so I've spoken with a few people who are really following this FTX issue and matter and the way it's just crumbled really. And so I'll get to some of those questions right there at this point. Is crypto dead, or centralized exchange is dead, and what is the difference?
Okay. I've been in this space going on 10 years, and every couple of years you hear, is crypto dead? Is crypto dead? No. Crypto is not dead. As this looks really kind of bleak right now, this is actually a blessing in disguise. We're actually getting to a place of capitulation where we've seen kind of a lot of the big institutions kind of fall that needed to fall, who were doing things that they shouldn't have been doing, right? Kind of like back in the financial crisis when, Bear Stearns failed and the Lehman Brothers failed, and then we kind of moved up from there. So we're at that point with crypto now. And I think that this is going to breed a lot of new great technologies that's going to move us forward, that's going to give us that transparency and that safety and security that we're looking for.
So unfortunately, it's like these things sort of have to happen to clean out the space so that the real opportunities and legitimate opportunities present themselves in the crypto space, and people can really go on to make a great living, to obviously amass wealth at whatever level it is, etc.
Correct. Yeah, we need this to happen so that we can kind of see, where the mistakes are, where the bugs are, and kind of how to fix them, and hopefully be able to give better access to opportunities to people who would never really have it in the financial sphere.
Well, that is the hope that everybody really is hedging and betting on, right? That they can actually have this access to wealth, that they can become a whomever it is, and be able to move forward, with a good quality of life, etc. Here's another question that came in. Was CZ, and I was told Shaniki would know all about this. He would know this. So here's the question. Was CZ or Binance the whistleblower, or was he really clueless before he got the call from FTX?
Well, it's hard to say. I mean, the two of them have kind of had an ongoing feud for a little bit for a while now, and they went at each other. And what it seems to be is CZ was just a better chess player than Sam was with this, unfortunately. The bad thing is they were playing a game with other people's assets.
And that's the thing.
And that's not right. And they shouldn't have never been doing that. Like FTX should have never been doing that, and hopefully they'll make every attempt to kind of make it right and not hurt the users that they have. But the game that he's played is just one that shouldn't be played. We're all here in this industry, especially in this new time, to make it grow. And when you lose people's trust in this space, it is very hard to get it back.
Exactly. And you said it so correctly. In this time, a time of inflation, talks of recession, people being underemployed, trying to gain employment once again, and wherever they find themselves in that space because of the pandemic, and just everybody's trying to rebuild, and here this happens. And so investor confidence is really, really low. And speaking of investor confidence, so obviously it's been shot right now. What other cryptocurrencies have been affected and impacted as a result of this big fallout with FTX?
Well, the entire industry has been affected. Almost every single cryptocurrency is gone down because of this. This is a big blow, especially after the other ones like Celsius and Voyager and Block falling. It really kind of hurts the space. It does take investor confidence out of the space and kind of sit back and wait for a while. When is this going to settle in? And so, as bad as it is right now, what it will do is it will breed better technologies, and it will breed a way that we can move forward from this.
And total losses as a result of this FTX debacle, what dollar amount would you put on that?
I mean, it's hard to say right now. I mean, the crypto market is very kind of volatile, and so it'll move up and down in a whole market context, billions of dollars, like in a day, maybe tens of billions of dollars and more in a day, based on something like this. I think it's still too early to say where it's all going to shake out, but I do think that we'll see some capitulation and some foundation kind of building over the next little while.
We're talking about now scrutiny, and maybe this doesn't come before you, but I'm still going to ask you, because I know you watch the space and you were here, and you probably had to go through your own set of scrutiny. And so will this now involve greater scrutiny for companies coming in, especially in this industry, in this relatively new industry and space, in the crypto space? And what regulations do you think, especially the government, needs to or will be forced to put in place moving forward?
So, I mean, regulation is good for this space, but proper regulation that we can all move forward with, that's not going to stifle innovation. The government here has actually done a really good job with the DARE Act and being very open to lines of communications, to talk with projects, to kind of see what's the best way that we can move forward that protects the people getting involved, but doesn't slow down this industry that's just rapidly growing. And by what they've been doing, they've been able to attract top tier projects from all over the world here to the Bahamas, and potentially this even though seems like a little bit of a backstep, this is an opportunity to go in and say, hey, how can we really shed some light on this so that we can give clear guidance to other exchanges, companies, corporations that are going to come here in the crypto space, so that we can all move forward together.
Before we wrap the interview, tell us a little bit about what you do. I know you're sort of in this space as well. Let us know about what it is that you do, because perhaps we would want to shift. You know what I mean? After all this has happened, you know, you've heard success stories, so obviously it's not all bad, but it certainly maybe needs greater policing or a combination of a lot of things. And so tell us a bit about what you do.
Perfect. So at Aventus, we're a venture studio. So we incubate blockchain and financial technologies in-house. So we build these companies from the ground up. And I've been doing that for close to 10 years now, worked with you know, over 50 companies in the crypto space since then, helping them kind of guide and scale along the way. One of our products that's coming out, that's a Bahamian company, is called Squirrel Technologies, and it is fully Web3 decentralized, which will be able to do some of the products and financial instruments in a very transparent, safe, secure way, where we're building with the user in mind first, so they control their access, they control their IP, they control all of their assets and funds, and can do what they want with it in a place where they get guided, they have education, which is super important in this, so people understand what they're getting into before they get into it.
Sounds amazing. Of course, for those of us who are still novices in the crypto space, certainly looking forward to learning more, knowing more, and talking to you again, because you are here in the Bahamas, in this space, creating something that obviously continues to be growing and expanding and shifting and moving, and so really looking forward to catching up again.
Yeah, anytime. Happy to be here. This is great. Thank you.
Absolutely. Kevin Hobbs, of course, a businessman, an expert in this industry. Of course, you heard his resume, worked with over 50 companies and brought them success, and now he's brought that opportunity here. We will be watching out for you, Kevin, and seeing exactly where you go with that. But again, it's good to have you here, and thank you for speaking with us this evening.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Please like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, and also follow our TikTok account. Thanks.